You are listening to People, Place, and the Ocean. My name is Jackie, and I will be your host throughout this podcast series that is inspired by the Gros Morne community-led Marine Atlas. With each episode, we will bring to life the pages of the Atlas by learning directly from the people who help tell the story about Gros Morne and its surrounding environment. You can download your copy of the Marine Atlas by visiting ecologyaction.ca and visiting the Marine Planning page. In this episode, we will continue to learn from fish harvesters that play a central role in the Gros Morne economy and the cultural identity of this region. Fish harvesters spend their whole lives on the ocean, and we can't imagine a better way to understand our ocean here than hearing straight from the people that steer the boats. So far, we've heard from Ernest, a fish harvester from Rocky Harbor, and now we're going to hear from a multi-generational family of fish harvesters from the south side of Gros Morne over in Trout River. Today, we are lucky to have sisters Julia and Josie Crocker joining the call from their home in Trout River. So thank you, Julia and Josie, for joining me today on the call. It's really great to hear from women, especially as we talk about the fisheries. So I have a few questions today that are going to be really about unpacking some of the key themes that are within the Gros Morne community-led Marine Atlas, which both of you were thankfully quite involved in putting it all together. So thank you for continuing to share some more of your knowledge with everyone that's going to be listening here today. So first off, can each of you just give a bit of an introduction to yourselves, maybe how you got into the fishing industry and how it's been important to your family?
I've been in the fishing industry all my life. My father fished, so we spent a lot of time as children up at his cabin around lobster fishing and also out at the cod and around almost, I'd say pretty well a lot of the water species, I guess. And I've been at it since I've been 15, 16 years old, and I'm 30. I will be 38, my birthday. So it's been a nice few years, and I purchased, well, my mother purchased a license for us to fish together as my father fished up around shore and his own different area, his license. So we started fishing together 8 years ago, and I've been out on my own now for the last 4 years, I think it's been. And my sister Josie joined in on the lobster boat. She's been 2 years now, but she's been off and on for years, but like officially on and working with me every like
3 years now. This
three,
was my third season
yeah,
lobster
3 years.
fishing.
Lobster fishing.
But I've done halibut for, God, I'm going to say 6 years, 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been in it as long as her. I went back to college and did hairstyling, and I opened up my own little salon in my home, and it just wasn't enough income in this little town that we're in, right? So I got them to take me Caitlin fishing one time, and I stuck ever since.
That's amazing. It's really cool because a lot of fish harvesters that we talk to, most of them are above the age of 60. So it's really refreshing actually to hear from you women who are, on average quite young for the fisheries. So maybe can you both talk a bit about what it's like entering the fisheries as young women?
Uh, it was it was challenging at first because most men are, I guess, older and set in their ways. They don't want females aboard the boat, and you're not capable of doing the job. And I had a lot of that when I started out. Like, if it wasn't for my father ending up shorthanded with men that I'm going to say went out on a party the night before and they couldn't get them up to go fishing and they were stuck. So I said, I'll go. I could hear him up in the morning. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I don't even know who I'm going to call and who I'm going to ask. And I'm like, I'll go. And then my mom's like, well, I'll go too if you guys are shorthanded. And I got aboard and I didn't get out after. They tried to push me out a couple times, but no, I stayed and stuck it through.
For me, it wasn't that bad because by the time I joined in, there was already women all over the place that were. It's more common now than it was when she started 20 years ago.
Julia helped pave the road for you, Josie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. It's really cool that your whole family is involved in it too. Julia, you spoke about how your father was shorthanded, so then you stepped up, and then your mom stepped up, and now Josie, you're um, using the fishing in addition to the hairstyling. So it's really cool that you're all involved. And can both of you speak about how you guys sort of work together as a family and how maybe you've noticed some changes in the fishing industry over the years as you've been working together?
Well, for me, it's been great. I love working with my family. No doubt everybody butts heads all the time, and I can't do everything just so because Dad's been at it a lot longer than I have, and he's like, "Nope, this way," and I'm like, "I'm doing it that way." No, you're not. So, but it's good working as a family. We have a lot of laughs, and especially in the lobster boat with just me and her.
Yeah,
She's
bit of a comedian.
she's quite the comedian, yeah.
We're all close anyway, so it works out great for us. We grew up a close family, right? So working together really isn't, it's kind of just like being at home, really.
Oh, that's really awesome. And so, yeah, you said you guys are in the lobster fishery, which that's really awesome. I know. So Trout River is a really interesting a really interesting place, and I'm very grateful that we get to talk to you both today, being two people from Trout River, because Trout River is known for the lobster sanctuary, and which started out as just a volunteer fishery closure, and I mean now it's considered a formal marine refuge. So, can you guys maybe talk a bit more about that and how that's sort of been a part of your community and maybe helped out with the industry?
Well, we're from Trout River, but we fish out of Woody Point. The sanctuary area, it is actually in our lobster area where we can fish to, but we fish outside of, I guess, like further down. But it's good. It's keeps a place where nobody can fish, a good spawning ground for lobsters, breeding ground. It's just like you said, now it started as a small thing and it's now marked. So
Huge now, yeah.
yeah.
And you said so you get to fish sort of adjacent to that area. So has your family maybe experienced some of the changes in the lobster stock over the years in that particular area that's sort of adjacent to it?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Dad's lobster count has went up insanely. It's actually, yeah,
Yeah, so is mine. I started
Yeah.
7 years ago and it was 7 or 8 years
8 years
ago.
ago.
8 years ago, and I think our first season we caught
22.
22 crates of lobsters, and we're like,
Up past the 100 crate
yeah,
mark now.
up past 100 crates.
8 years later. So,
It's like
hmm
an
That's
amazing
amazing.
increase.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super impressive.
yeah.
Wow. In the atlas, we took an inventory of some areas that some of the local people found were important culturally. And so when I say culturally, that can mean many different things. So for example, a place where families go for boil ups, or a place where people go just recreational fishing, or maybe a place where it has like some sort of special meaning, or there's some sort of special folklore that's connected to some kind of place, anything like that. So, thinking about some of the areas around Woody Point, Trout River, sort of that space in between, is there any other coastal marine areas in there that are really valuable to your community and maybe just for the fishing industry that you guys can speak about?
Like I can talk on Chimney Cove.
Mhm.
These used as a resettled community that they used to fish out of years ago, and my father still fishes up from Chimney Cove. It's called the Reef. It's only a few minutes up the beach, and I'm currently redoing a cabin there that two brothers fished out of off
That's
of
so cool.
Chimney Cove. So yeah, so we're redoing it now to make a little tiny cabin on the beach, on handy to the brook where they used to fish out of. So it's a pretty interesting place, Chimney Cove is, and the fishing stories that come with it. and a lot of people, it's a resettled community now. They all moved to Trout River. And well, I'm gonna say a lot of family members go back there, and a lot of just to see like the history of it and the stories behind it.
Yes, because there's even a burial site up there.
Yeah, there's a graveyard up there and a burial, and
Yeah.
from when, well, I guess when families of the community members can go back to and look at, but there's only one headstone now that stands.
Mm.
These
So
stories like
it's,
that are really cool. Yeah, like a place like Chimney Cove has so much history there. And every time you go back, I mean, you can think of so many different stories, and that's really cool. So yeah, resettled communities, I'm sure there's a few of those around Grossmorn.
yeah,
Mhm.
fishing communities, and well, resettled communities, and then making bigger fishing communities. So, because there's a lot of fishermen and fisherwomen in Trout River.
Yeah.
Definitely. And actually, that leads me to my next question. Can you maybe speak a little bit more about that connection between the cultural identity of the people here in Trout River and maybe how that is connected to the fishery?
What makes this community is fisher people or fish harvesters.
Yeah.
Like it's a big fishing community, but it relies on tourism a lot as well as the fishing industry.
Yes. Absolutely. It's
Right.
basically
Yeah.
half fishing and half rotational work, if you will, seasonal construction work. That's basically
Hmm.
what is here, right?
Yeah, that makes sense when you think about sort of how we might describe the cultural identity of Trout River and that nearby area. So, thinking again about Trout River, I love Trout River. Can you guys think about maybe some of the benefits of living in a place like Trout River, where it's known for having this marine refugee there?
The benefits of it for me, a lot of it is my kids are young, so here there's freedom. There's no fear of really anything here. Everybody knows everybody. So as kids kind of run freely here. Beaches and playgrounds, like it's just you can let them go and there's no concern as to
They can go fish off the wharf.
off the beach and they just go and it's just that for me that is a lot of it for staying here. Just my childhood alone, remembering that and that my kids can come up the same way we kind of did, right?
What about you, Julia?
I'm the same. I feel the same. It's a lot of freedom for my kids, and I hope that they'll step in and take over the fishing industry as they get older. I'm hoping. My sister's son, Josie's son, says he's going to be a fisherman, and he doesn't even like it on the water right now. So we're hoping that he's going to break that. We told him, you have to go on the water to fish, and he's like, I know.
I'm only 7.
I'm only 7. I'll get bigger.
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. That would be really amazing to see just again that next generation picking up the family business.
I could see her daughter doing it 100% because her daughter is exactly like her when she grew up.
Yeah.
She's just loves outdoors, loves fishing, loves horseback riding, all the things. She's just a lot like her mom.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. You got a special place to grow up and raise your family, that's for sure.
Yes,
Yeah, we
definitely.
spent a lot of time on the water as kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, my father fished in a dory, so, and he still fishes off a slipway on a beach up the reef, we call it, out of a dory. But when we were little girls, we used to travel up on the collector where they used to collect his lobsters, and we would get off for the weekends.
Uh-huh. That's awesome. So, thinking about your children and then some of the other children in the community, but also the next generation of just female fish harvesters. So, thinking about them, what might you say to them? And how might we encourage them to consider joining the fishery?
I would say it's hard work, but it's, I guess,
Rewarding.
very rewarding knowing that you're able to do it and stick it out. Some of the weather you be out in isn't the best, but once you do it and you know you can do it, don't let anybody ever tell you you can't do it.
Hmm.
Because just because you're a girl or a woman doesn't mean that you can't be in a man's world, as they say. It's no longer a man's world.
No.
Sorry, we're taking over, men.
I love that. So if you had a day with a fisheries manager, fisheries officer, something like that, is there anything that you would want to tell them or ask them or you want to learn about?
I would like somebody to come and help me pick up my lost pots. If I had a day with somebody, I would like somebody to retrieve my lost gear because fishing in Woody Point is, oh, it's hard. It's challenging.
Gamble.
It's challenging because one minute you're in 6 foot of water, next minute you're in
30.
15, 30. So it's like, oh no, there they go.
Oh goodness, yeah, I'm really happy you brought that up. I mean, yeah, we've had lots of talks about ghost gear and the abandoned, lost, and discarded fishing gear. I mean, you see heaps of that all around Newfoundland and
Yes, yeah.
Labrador.
So much.
Mhm.
That and a nice cleanup would be nice of the bottom of the ocean, I think. I've heard some stories on that recently since I've been involved with Coast Guard Auxiliary. I've had some people that I've spoke with that they've talked on different ports and different bottoms of the areas, and it's some of them aren't so nice. So not only the ghost gear, I guess the garbage as well.
Hmm.
Keep our bottom of ocean floor clean, so we can keep our fishing industry going great.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I love that. If you could have a day with a fisheries manager, I hope that they would hear you say that loud and clear. We need to clean up our ocean.
Absolutely.
That's
Big time.
fantastic. So is there anything else that you ladies want to speak about? I'm going to open this up, make this your space. If there's anything that you think people should know about Trout River and maybe about the fishery that you guys are involved in, please take the floor.
Like I
True.
said, it's secluded. It's freedom. It's when you're a fisherwoman or a fisher harvester, just you're your own boss, girl. You can do whatever. The
I
world is yours.
Yeah, you take the floor. Well, with us being in a small community with a lot of fish harvesters, it's a very important business or an enterprise as such for bringing in revenue to our communities and keeping our small. We're a small scale, but we're a big scale as well. Like we bring in a lot of revenue to our communities. We keep small businesses afloat. And we just wouldn't, I don't think our small communities would survive without our small I guess fishermen or fisherwomen in the community.
Yeah, the
And
fisheries is the backbone of these communities.
yes, yeah, fishery is the backbone of all these small rural communities.
Absolutely.
You ladies are fantastic. Yeah, well, I guess those are all the questions that I had. I appreciate you guys giving those extra bits of thought and feedback, something to think about. Yeah, really, thank you both so much for being here today, for calling in. Really, really great to hear from both of you from across the other side of the bay. And to hear your perspectives, especially as you have been quite involved in the making of this Gross Morin community-led marine atlas. So I hope that your family continues to drive a lot of success, and I wish you good luck along with the rest of your family.
Thank you.
And thanks for having us also.
Be sure not to miss the next episode and subscribe to the podcast now and follow along as we tell the story of Gross Morin, the people, place, and the ocean.